What's up, people? It's your boy. Today on Brooklyn Versus, we're talking Italian Americans boycotting the World Cup 2018. Mother Russia.
Go Bridgeside!
What's up, everybody? Today on Brooklyn Versus with my boys Donnie and Boo. You know them from Donnie and Boo. Pick 'em. You know what's up. Today we're gonna bring you a little World Cup soccer action. Brooklyn Versus. Italian Americans boycotting the World Cup, but you know, Americans in general, USA's not in it, Netherlands isn't in it, Italy's not in it, big powerhouses ain't
Well, there's
in
nobody here from the Netherlands, so we don't have to worry about
But
that.
I like to talk about
hold
them,
on,
they're
hold on.
powerhouses.
No, there's
He
not,
might be
actually.
part- he might
Go
be
ahead,
part-
Sal.
Donnie just had
Dutch.
He's just signed up for Ancestry.com, found out he's got Dutch roots.
You might have some Dutch roots, you don't know. But today, that's the first question I want to ask everybody. Does this World Cup lose a little luster because these big powerhouses are not involved?
No doubt. I mean, well, especially for me, I'm not the hugest soccer fan. I'm kind of the average American soccer fan, and I mean, you lose your main horse. You know, you lose the team I would be rooting for. So that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing. And although soccer's growing a bit, it's not growing enough. But
For USA to be out of it, right?
no, well, it is growing, but they should not be out of it.
Right.
It's grown enough that they should not be out of this World Cup.
Especially, I mean, I don't know how many people really know about how you qualify for the World Cup and stuff, but it goes by continent. And some continents are really weak and some are really strong. And that's why Italy's out. And USA really should be in because that continent, the North American Conference, is very easy to make it from. 3 teams automatically make it, and they missed out somehow. I don't know how they...
Well, who are they then?
Mexico, Costa Rica, and Panama.
Oh, that's right.
bad, man.
Well, that's
Bad.
right. I guess we have to take on Central America also then.
Well, Central America is part of North America, yeah. Conference,
Oh, very
exactly.
good. I didn't know that. Okay, that's
Yeah.
a big difference. Because otherwise you would just think Canada, US, Mexico all in.
Yeah, well, exactly. But they break it down by, strength is, the strong teams automatically make it to, the 4th round of the qualifying. You know what I mean? So USA automatically gets an advantage over the weaker teams. The weaker teams all play each other. They narrow it down. They weed out the garbage. And then they make it to, a final 6. And the top 3 of the final 6 automatically make it.
Okay.
That's how they do it. And I think USA ended up coming in, 4th or 5th. So,
I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
not a strong
that's
team.
sad.
I'm not boycotting it.
Yep.
I'm going to watch it. You know, I'm used to my teams not being in the playoffs. I'm a Knicks fan. They're not in the playoffs any year. I still watch the NBA playoffs, even though it's much less exciting than what the World Cup is. So I'm not going to boycott it.
Yeah.
But the fact that America's not in it, it's a big loss for me. No
No,
doubt.
I agree. I mean, what do you think about that?
I think I'll take a look at it just because I want to see a team like a weird kind of obscure team make a run, maybe like
Right.
an Egypt. Something
Sleeper?
that could do something. Yeah. They're obviously their odds are horrible to win the whole thing.
Right.
But they could win a group stage, maybe be the second place team.
They could
go
get
to the
out of the
next
group.
round. I was telling you before pre-production, I like Poland. I think that's a team that
too.
actually has a chance to make a run. They did in the 2014 games. They don't call them games, it's not the Olympics, but it's all good.
Yeah,
But yeah, I like it for the excitement of it, right? It's different things that we don't usually get to watch.
Right. It's every 4 years, so you don't see it much. And the bet, I got to be honest, now that betting's legalized and everything.
Well,
No,
the
that's not
betting is
there yet.
not
No, we're not.
legalized, yeah.
It's no different from the 14
I understand,
games.
but I'm saying, in certain states, betting is legal now.
That was always
or
the
will
case,
be.
though.
But, I'm saying that I think that betting the World Cup is a big thing. I think that that has a
always.
big purpose in,
Huh.
in watching the games. It makes it more exciting, especially with me not having Italy in the World Cup. I'm going to want to do that more since I
Right.
have no fan interest.
Agreed,
Especially that USA's out. They were my second team, per se. And then there's nobody else. I mean, that I really want to see win. Maybe France. I mean, I don't know.
Well, actually, I got to just start with the fact that you're going against the narrative, which is that you are clearly very much in favor of watching this as opposed to
Yes.
boycotting it,
I love the
like the rest
game.
of Italians. But
But I mean, how much does it hurt you that Italy's not in it? Because I know you are, above all, an Italy fan when it comes to these things.
Well, yeah, of course, it hurts bad because I'm going to watch a whole World Cup without them in it. And it's exciting to watch those games, even when they've gotten knocked out of the group. I think the last 2 times they made the World Cup. So
Right.
it's it hurts, but just to watch is exciting. I look forward to it. There's been times I took off an entire month of work to watch the entire World Cup.
That's
and I'm
good
not
thing
joking
to say,
around.
yeah,
This happened
sure.
multiple
Whoever
times.
your current employer is thinking about firing
No,
you right now.
I told my current employer, and they said, "Oh, you can do that." I said, "I'm joking around. I'm
No,
not
it's-
doing that."
who
Italy's not
said
in
that?
it.
Clearly
Makes
not
no
that
sense.
valuable there. They're telling you to take a month off.
But the thing that makes me mad the most is that it's not that Italy deserves to beat teams like Saudi Arabia and New Zealand, teams that come from these, smaller conferences don't deserve to be
Okay,
there over Italy.
understood, but at the same time, they know the rules that is set up, and they need to take care of business and make sure that
Yeah, I
they're-
agree with that.
Well, they were in a group with Spain.
Well, clearly Europe. You mentioned that this goes by continent.
Right.
Clearly, Europe
is
is
the
the strongest, the strongest continent.
Yes.
In whatever system that is, I don't know all the ins and outs.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's obviously going to be harder. Italy is a strong country when it comes to soccer.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of players spread out. Their league is pretty good. I know you've mentioned to me a lot of times it's a big defensive league.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, just like Boo said, they have to take care of business
You're
at the right time. Yeah.
I mean, 13 teams usually come from Europe. And then you got
That's amazing.
most of the other continents, like North America, I think 3, maybe a 4th. There's a playoff between them and South America or another continent. South America has 10 countries, and they bring 4 or 5 teams because they're also strong. South America's huge. That's Brazil, Argentina,
right.
All those things. So,
were there any big South American countries that didn't make it this year? That would have been a surprise to you. Because I know that they're big with soccer, obviously.
I mean, Brazil's in it, Argentina's in it, Colombia's in it. They're pretty strong. I mean, Paraguay's not in it, but they're not a major powerhouse. You know what I mean?
Chile's strong.
Chile, there's a team that didn't make
Chile.
it. Also a very strong team. Chile's a very strong team. They didn't make it. So, yeah.
Oh, so there you go. All right, that's a
I
surprise.
know, but then you
yeah.
have weak teams. But I guess it's for everybody. I guess they want to see their teams in the thing. I mean, look, Iceland in the last Euro Cup made it to this
What's their population?
semifinals.
What do they got? 300,000 people there or something?
Yeah, very small
It
country.
was a very small country.
But
yeah.
they're building their soccer. And USA should have easily made it. I know that. But anyway, I just think the system should change a little bit. You got to make it a little bit, maybe add more teams. Would that be crazy? Is that a crazy thing to do? Right now, there's 32 teams.
The system seems pretty strong the way it is.
I
wouldn't
think
go
I
ahead
think
and
32 teams is enough, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we got 8 groups. How many groups are we going to go through?
I would honestly change the system. Sorry to interrupt. I would because it sounds like the amount of teams isn't the problem. The argument that you just made, and you're much more knowledgeable
strength.
than I am, is strength. So obviously, if you're going to change something, that's the thing to change.
Right,
But
exactly.
then there's going to be countries like Northern Africa, like teams that you mentioned, that are going to be pissed off.
Right.
Because I mean,
Africa
not as
has some
strong,
good
but they want
teams, yeah.
representation. Well, the Northern Africa, the team like the Saudi Arabians, those teams that you mentioned.
Yeah.
I think it's good that you have kind of a little bit of a revolving door. You get these other countries in. That if you just knocked it out to the best teams make it every year, you'd have the same teams make it every year. You give the opportunities, and Iceland is a huge reason I'm going to watch. I'm going to be very excited to watch their fans doing this stuff.
I want to watch them. I'm interested in Poland, which obviously is a team you're going to be interested in. France, Belgium has a stacked team. Their odds are good. I'm looking for that. So let's get into who's the favorites. Who do you think the favorites are to win this World Cup?
Well, I'd have to go with Germany.
What do you think the final's going to be?
Clearly,
Maybe?
I think Germany's going to win the whole thing again.
Again. And they won it
Absolutely.
last time.
No, I know,
Okay,
absolutely, yeah.
okay.
Germany's a scary team because in qualifying, I know they just
Dominate.
blew out
Yeah.
teams.
Well,
They
their
averaged
league is
over
ridiculous.
They're technically sound.
4
They
goals
have
a game.
everything.
They are stacked, tactical. I mean, it's hard to see them even losing a game, but anything could happen when it comes down to one game. So, I mean, honestly, I'm leaning towards them winning it again.
Because also they're European and they're playing in Russia. Do you think that has anything to do with it? Russia being the
It has
home
something
ground?
to do with it, but also you've seen teams win in other
Different
continents.
places,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not a huge
And
deal, as people say.
The Olympics were just in Russia. I mean, same cast of characters always comes away with with the wins.
No, I know. I think Russia actually will do well and advance out of the group. Maybe even make it to a quarterfinal, past the round of 16. But it comes down to the 6, 7, or 8, 6. I'd say 6 teams that can really win it all. There's only really 6.
Right.
Brazil. Teams like that, Germany. France, I think, is the favorite, in my opinion. I think they're going to win. And if not, I really like Belgium this year. I think they're the team that has the most balance. They have youth. They have veterans. They have a well-balanced team all around. They're technically sound. And they got, I think, more talent than teams like Germany. I think Germany is just very organized, very technically sound. They're so well-trained. It's a different story, you know what I mean? Whereas Brazil's all talent and no organization. Brazil's sloppy as hell. That's why they usually end up messing up somewhere along the line.
Well, now-
I think one World Cup, they lost 7-1 to
7-1
Netherlands.
to Germany. They lost 7-1 to Germany.
Was it 7-1 to Germany? I thought it was the Netherlands.
Now,
Okay.
where's a team like Argentina fit into that?
Argentina is one of those favorite teams, but problem with Argentina is the D isn't as good, as other teams. Portugal, same thing. Their D isn't good. These teams are more well-rounded. You got Messi, yes.
Well, that's what I'm
and
saying.
Portugal's got
It's like
Ronaldo, yes.
Yeah.
And
They're like Cavs type situations. They have
It is
LeBron,
like a Cavs
one of the
type
best
situation.
players in the world, but you don't know if they play team-wise if they're going to be that team.
but that's what makes the World Cup interesting is because after the group stage, which, the group stage, usually stronger teams advance. They got 3 games to play and they have to advance. But and 2 teams advance from each group. But after that, it becomes, anybody can win those 1-game playoffs, basically.
Yeah.
You can go to penalty kicks, and that's really a crapshoot. What do you think about penalty kicks? Should that really even be the final factor in a game. I don't think it should be.
What would be the alternative? Play until somebody scores? You're going to play until forever if that's the case? I mean,
It's just penalties.
then you got to change some
something
different
up.
rules.
Wait, so just correct me if I'm wrong, right? It's the 90, then it's 15, 15, then penalties, right?
Right.
So you're giving an extra half
30,
hour.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that you have to go
And they
penalties.
play nonstop,
Yeah.
too.
It's not hockey. You have to go penalties, you know, unless they're going to change lines completely, which they don't do in soccer.
Right,
Right,
You know, it's
exactly,
not-
because you're going to
yeah.
have degrading level of play at a certain point, and
Yeah.
you're going to have exhausted players,
You need
and there's going to be
penalties.
less and less likely that you're going to get a goal. So I don't really think there's an alternative. You got to take care of business and penalties.
Yeah. So overall, are we boycotting the World Cup or we're watching it?
Donnie?
I think we clearly all said that we were excited about watching
You're
it.
excited about watching it?
I'm not going to watch most of the games, I'll be honest.
You're excited?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm excited even
Dude,
without
me
that.
watching some of the games means I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one more viewer that they get that they will not get for the rest of the year, for the
And
next
every
3
game's
years
on
after.
TV.
Yeah.
Every game's on TV. You can watch it again, replays.
Oh, you can go to the bar and watch it. It's a great thing. So even though we're saying we're obviously upset,
Yeah.
right? We don't have our main.
No,
I'd
you're
players.
right.
rather the other teams that you mentioned in, sure.
But
Yeah.
there's still a lot of reasons, and let's not forget one of the big reasons to watch it. You still have Ronaldo and Messi that you
Yeah.
get to watch.
I'm
big
excited
time
about
in
watching
their,
more
in their
teams,
prime still. You got Neymar. I mean, there's a lot of star power there. Who knows? This might be the last World Cup that we really see those guys in their, in their prime.
You probably got maybe 2 more World Cups out of both of them.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but it might,
They'll be old.
Really? Yeah, I mean,
old.
really.
You could get a lot of World Cups out of somebody. Buffon played a ton of World Cups, but this was
little bit
it. It was
different
done.
as a goalie,
But
but-
yeah, as a goalie, you're right, exactly. But dark horse, Poland.
Poland, yep.
Poland.
Poland?
Dark horse. I'm going to go with Portugal. Why not? Dark horse.
Portugal. They did win the Euro Cup last
Why not?
night.
Yeah, let's
They
carry
did
it
win
over.
the Euro Cup. I was going to say dark horse Poland as well. I also say
That's very dark.
that's a real deep dark horse. But I also like, I'm going to say Switzerland as well. Switzerland's usually a strong defensive team. I think they could go far. You never know. They beat Spain one year in the World Cup. So that's an interesting one. Anyway, that's it. World Cup. I guess
Wrap it
we're
up.
watching it. We're going to probably have to throw a little money down and make it a little more interesting. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That's how
I
it's
do
gotta
not
go
approve
down.
of this. But
I do approve this
Aren't you
message.
the guy
you're
on
going
the
to have to go to
gambling show?
Delaware because you can't bet in New York yet. I don't understand where you're going.
Well,
with
you
this.
bet. I'm gonna go to Jersey and make my bets. Don't worry about it. Go to AC.
Still not
Go to
legal,
the
by the way.
sports book.
I just keep it going.
I think we're giving. Yeah.
No doubt. Well, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time on another edition of Brooklyn Versus. We out.
Go Bridgeside.
What are you doing? Like the wacky.
You weren't even looking
inflatable.
before. I was just wiling out the whole
It is.
I started slowly, and then I just started doing crazy shit.